Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is your real Tour Hugo here with another live. As always, thank you so much for tuning in. It is truly my pleasure to greet you for another daily real estate live. Thank you. I am Hugo Quintanilla, licensed realtor in Maryland with Long and Foster Real Estate. Thank you so much for tuning in. Today we're going to be talking about mastering home ownership, overcoming common challenges. And feel free, share the live with anyone you know that might be interested in real estate content such as this. And we're going to be on all major platforms. If you don't know, we're on Instagram with the live chat, we're on Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, X, Twitch.com, Spotify, and YouTube Music. So feel free and listen on your favorite platform. But let's go ahead and get started, since I know that you guys have better stuff to do than just listen to real estate updates. So, number one, understanding maintenance and repairs. Home ownership means you're responsible for all maintenance. Make a budget for routine upkeep like HVAC services and gutter cleaning. Example, I set aside at least 100 each month for home maintenance, so I'm prepared for those unexpected repairs. And that's a cute example. Um, I don't mean to belittle $100, but you should be setting aside at least 1 to 2% of the value of the home towards your repairs. $100 will get you about $1,200 in a year. Great. But like I said, in this area, our average, my co-host wants to come in. Our average transaction value is about 400 to 500,000. So we're talking about 4 to 5,000 at least minimum to keep on the books for your upkeep of your property, because these systems can get quite pricey. A roof repair can get quite expensive. So those are all things that you want to have readily accessible and liquid. Hey, so that you can make sure to have the repair taken care of when it's an emergency. Last thing you want is for the repair to damage even further or more things around the property. That's the last thing you want. So you got to take care of those things as soon as possible. Number two, handling unexpected repairs. Unexpected issues like plumbing, leaks, or roof repairs can arise. Create an emergency fund to cover those costs. Aim for 1 to 3% of your home's value annually. So, like I said, we are spending money every day on things that are frivolous and unworthy of our future. So why don't we spend a little of that money, or maybe that money, and just put it towards savings and these other types of future planning that we can do today. We don't know what the future is going to hold, but a little peace of mind today can greatly impact the future to come. So, number three, property taxes and insurance. Property taxes and home owners insurance can change annually. Stay up to date on local tax rates and review your insurance policies annually to ensure adequate coverage. The tax rates are always changing. You get assessments every 3 years, and that will be based off of the rates and based off of the formulas at that time. And as we all know, local jurisdictions do change their budgets every year. So sometimes those changes can be a little bit more abrupt than others. As of recent, a bill was passed to increase property taxes in Montgomery County, and that was actually a lot higher of a proposed tax and was scaled back due to the intervention of realtors and real estate professionals that were involved in trying to get the government to understand that, hey, this is a huge increase that you're asking. I think at one point it was 10%, and it was scaled back to, I believe, 4%, somewhere around there, but still much higher than many expected at the time. So Everything's going up, unfortunate to say, but staying aware, staying up to date about what can and cannot happen in your local jurisdiction can make sure that you're not being taken advantage of. The last thing that we want. Number four, managing utility costs. Utility costs can vary by season. Save energy by installing programmable thermostats, using energy efficient appliances, and sealing windows and doors. It is amazing how much a little bit of insulation can go when it comes to a property. A small draft can really cost you a lot. So, checking your windows, your doors, and just doing an analysis of your HVAC system and even draw and output power would be a great place to start. And you would have to get an HVAC tech to come out to do an analysis of your HVAC system. But the few times that I've had it done on a property, it is truly enlightening to what the capacity is for the unit and how it was installed. You know, we want to believe everyone does the great work, but sometimes units are installed improperly, or a duct system is designed in a way that's not optimal for the structure. A HVAC technician can come in and actually redesign the whole ducting system. Is it going to cost money? Yeah, but it could really save you a lot of extra money on utilities. It could better cool and heat an area, and all in all, just be a better aesthetic look for that you might want to achieve with the new ductwork. But I digress. Number five. Well, let me just go back to number four. One thing, you'd be surprised how much can be saved over time. So, addressing leaks like in your bathroom, outdoor, leaving faucets open, showers. I know electricity isn't much nowadays with energy efficient bulbs and all these energy efficient appliances, but even turning off the appliances that are connected when that is possible, they're all little bits and pennies and cents that do add up over the year as we see everything is increasing in value. And those are simple ways that you can easily save some money. Now, number five, dealing with neighborhood changes. Neighborhood dynamics can change over time, so stay involved in the community meetings and to stay informed about local developments and advocate for your interests. Staying involved in those local meetings doesn't mean you going and to every meeting and sitting there having something to say. It means staying up to date. It's mean participating remotely if the viewing is happening, but it's staying on top of it and knowing what's happening in your community. There are tons of different needs and things happening in every community. So, what gets prioritized over what gets put on the back burner can really come down to the grassroots movement of people that care like you. So, if you don't take the time to learn more about your local community, then I don't know who else is going to save you. It's got to be you. Number six, landscaping and curb appeal. Maintaining your yard is essential for curb appeal. Regular mowing and trimming, and even some planting and seasonal flowering can boost your home's value. So, a little bit of landscaping can go a long way. I just had a gentleman come to the building today and talk about landscaping. And, you could tell he was very passionate about it, but um, landscaping can really be an art form and really make a property stand out and look spectacular. So he was telling me all these cool new things that are out there in the world and showing me all these different colors of mulch. And I was just like, whoa. I'm not too fancy when it comes to stuff like that. I still remember having to go to where was it? I can't even remember where it was to go pick up mulch in a pickup truck to go do it the old-fashioned way, just spread mulch. But yeah. Number seven, home security. Invest in a good home security system to protect your investment. Consider systems with smart home integration for added convenience. If you didn't know, this week is Realtor Fest, and we were actually in one of the classes talking about security systems and how Ring doorbells have become such an integral part of security systems. So a lot of people were talking about Ring systems, Ring alarm systems, and security systems conveying, as well as anything from the big major players that we have. You don't necessarily have to have the system installed. Sometimes you can offer the subscription, um, but it all really comes down to the situation and what the home can house, because it really security systems are very personalized depending on your needs. Do you want a chime on every door, closet, and mirror, or do you want to leave it to more of like a vigilant point where you have vantage points on key areas around your house? There are all different ways to set up your security system, and also for it to communicate with you now, as we're seeing with Ring and all of these great systems that are very easy to communicate with your phone and have mobile apps, and everything's in the cloud. Number 8, pest control. Pest infestations can damage your property. Schedule regular pest control inspections and address any issues promptly. Don't put it away. I know life can get difficult. Cleaning up can get hard. Hoarding is a very real thing. And it's unfortunate. We don't judge people. We are very hard on the problem, you know, and that it's not healthy to be in a pest infested property. It's truly the bare minimum that comes to cleanliness when it comes to a lease. And it has been one of the quickest ways to lose a tenant, especially when the issue isn't from them. So that can be very difficult to prove, but the long and the short of it, you could already have lost a few months worth of rent trying to fight them about it. So you gotta pick and choose your battles. It's much easier to get a pest control company to get out there and clean it than to lose a tenant and then have to go back on the market several months later. Number 9, mortgage payments. Stay on top of your mortgage payments. Consider setting up automatic payments to avoid late fees and protect your credit score. It took you so much time and effort to get your credit to a point where you could get the loan. After you get the loan, make sure you're protecting your credit. Make sure you're monitoring your score. Make sure no one's taking advantage of your identity either. And stay on top of those payments. What's the one thing I told you when we were starting to do these lives? It was to pay the house, pay the home. Never forget to pay the house. Don't forget your rent. Don't forget the home. And that's what it's truly about. It's about the consistency in your payment to be able to do that with your eyes closed. Make it automatic. I know sometimes things can happen, but you can't miss those payments because a whole series of other events will happen that will cause so many more issues for you that you don't want to start. So if you can, ask, work harder, do whatever you need to do, but try to make those payments or figure out an exit strategy. It's okay to leave a property. You got to make an exit strategy. And you got to decide, okay, this is what I'm willing to lose and this is what I'm not willing to lose, and come to terms with that. But payments, stay on top of that. And last one for tonight, number 10, prepare for resale. Even if you're not planning to sell soon, consider updates that increase your home's value. Focus on kitchens, bathrooms, and energy efficient appliances. Remember, we're thinking about green and we're thinking about the future. So we don't want something that is too trendy. We want something that's aesthetically pleasing to the majority of people if we're at that stage to sell. If you're going to be living in the home, if you're going to be enjoying it, if it's going to be yours, paint the walls, enjoy it, have fun. But keep in mind that some of those improvements that you might think are cool and hip and nice and, very, I don't know, DIY, of you to do over the weekend, they might actually hurt the value to your property. So be conscious of that. Make smart decisions in those choices. Don't decide to put a motor cross jump in the back of your, you know, deck, thinking that that's going to fly with your HOA. That's not really how that works. Ladies and gentlemen, today we're talking about mastering home ownership, overcoming common challenges. So, if you have any questions, feel free and reach out on your platform of choice. To recap, number one was understand maintenance and repairs. Number two is handle unexpected repairs. Number three, property taxes and insurance. Make sure you're staying on top of those expenses. Number four, managing utility costs. Make sure that you're saving money where you can by thinking green. And number five, dealing with neighborhood changes, staying on top of your local community. Number six, landscaping and curb appeal. It's a simple thing that can go a long way. Number seven, home security. Be it a ring or be it an ADT system, having it can be a great selling point. Number eight, pest control. Make sure that your property is pest free. Number nine, mortgage payments. Make sure your mortgage payments are paid on time. And number 10, prepare for resale. If you're ever in the mood to resell, make sure that you have set up your property to win by making changes to it that are going to maximize your return on investment and your resale value. So we want to focus on bathrooms, kitchens, and energy efficient appliances. Or actually, I should say upgrades. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Today was a doozy. Realtor Fest has been super exciting. I'm a little drained because a lot of information, a lot of changes, a lot of legislative updates. If you can do me a favor, please read my new blog article on some legislative updates that are from 2023 to 2025 on my blog. It's hugoquintanilla.net. That is the blog site. And as always, if you have any questions, feel free and reach out. My phone number 240-389-4846. My email hugo@lnf.com. And my website is yourrealtorhugo.com. Tomorrow's day 2 of Realtor Fest. I am going to be out there again, but I hope to see a lot of other real estate agents out there. It was really nice to see a lot of familiar faces from the past and a lot of colleagues from my office at Realtor Fest. So again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in. Have a great night. Get some rest, get some sleep, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Take care. Be safe.